Hi, it's Dan with Master of the Morning, so you own the day. Are you really and truly qualified to be a friend, to be a neighbor, to be a significant other, a spouse, a parent, teacher, coach, or leader in your organization? I'm standing here on my deck in the aftermath of a lashing rainstorm, which reminded me of 4 fundamental truths that we must embrace in order for us to be that deep, authentic, compassionate, empathetic influencer. Number 1, there definitely will be storms in life. Some huge storms, some small storms. It's part of the ecosystem of mortality. Number 2, rainbows always follow rain. Number 3, instead of us fearfully scrambling, trying to escape the storm, maybe it's time for us to learn how to dance in the rain. And number 4, if you're riding the roller coaster of life and it rains on your ride, remember the only one who gets injured is the one who jumps out. In the sounds of the dripping rain, I'm reminded of Thoreau's famous observation, men lead lives of quiet desperation, which relates to all of us. Because so many of us actually showcase the effects of our storms. We wear them on our sleeves. We show them in our outbursts of anger. And every one of us can see the lightning and the thunder in your life, but so many people hide those crashing waves. They hide the lightning and thunder. They hide the raging winds and spend their lives holding all of their pain, all of their sorrow, all of their sadness, and yes, their anger inside of them. Which means in order for us to be that effective communicator, in order for us to transfer the trust, which is the definition of sales, of leadership, of parenting, of coaching, and every other aspect of our lives, the most significant thing we can do is be authentic, meaning authentic in our ability to listen in between the lines, to acknowledge that the eye really is the window to the soul, that we can see when someone's happy or sad. We can see when they're angry. We can see when they're full of pain, when they've lost a job, lost a loved one. And if we can be more compassionate and more empathetic in our communication, in our interaction with those whom we care about, I guarantee we will become the very best friends, the very best neighbors, the very best significant others, spouses, parents, coaches, teachers, and leaders in our organizations that anyone has ever had in their lives. To remind us of why we need to do this, let me share a story by Stephen Covey. He was riding the commuter train from Manhattan, New York, up to Connecticut, where so many people who live in Manhattan live. I've been on that train many, many times. And Covey shares the fact that it's an actual working train. Everybody who boards that train pulls out their computers. They dump out their briefcases. They feverishly start to work, trying to complete their work before they walk into the home so that they can be a full-time significant other, a full-time spouse, full-time parent. And as that train is making its way up to Connecticut, it stops, and a young father gets on the train with 2 young children. As the train car doors close, these 2 little kids immediately start running all around the train car. They hop up on the top of the benches, gazing out the windows. And finally, Covey interrupts what's going on, and he says to this father, "Excuse me, can't you see that your children are disrupting what we're trying to do? Could you please kind of reel them in?" This dad is in that stare. His gaze is stuck on the floor. And in that moment, Covey startles him out of that twilight zone between sleep and awake. And he comes back into the present moment. And with tears streaming down his cheeks, he says, "I am so sorry, everybody. We're coming back from my wife's funeral. She just died of cancer. I'm now a single dad. I have these 2 young kids, and I don't know what I'm going to do." I hope that each of us can become more empathetic, not sympathetic. If you see an elderly woman on the curb of a busy street, instead of just driving by and say, "Whoa, I hope she makes it across safely," will you not stop and personally escort her across the street? If you're driving in a lashing rainstorm and a car stalls in your lane, instead of just driving slowly around and feeling sorry for them, Why not engage empathy? Pull over, turn on your flashing hazard lights, and help them push that car out of harm's way. If we're serious about being that incredible influencer, and this message resonates with you, may I challenge you to share it with everyone in your personal and professional lives, so that together we can remind everyone that we can actually hear with our eyes and see with our ears.